If you want to paint a lion in watercolors and add your own artistic twist to it, you've come to the right place. I've never been to art school and I only started drawing and painting regularly since September 2020, but I did improve quite fast, and if you want to do the same, follow the next 10 tips that I'm going to give you and you're going to be proud of your creation. So grab watercolors, pencils and paper and let's get started. Firstly, choose a good reference photo that has high contrast and a nice composition. I use Pixabay. You can find the link in the description below. And today I will be drawing this really nice lion. And choosing a good reference photo is important because it gives you the base for a good sketch afterwards. Then, to master your sketch, I would suggest using the grid method to get familiar with the proportions. Divide your reference into a grid of equally sized squares and then transfer this grid into your paper, and in this way it can be any size and you can scale the reference according to your paper and the final effect that you want to achieve. Once your sketch is ready, you can start filling in the dark values, and in this way you give form to your shapes and to the sketch that you've just done, and it is easier afterwards to put down colors and the correct tones. I usually use aquarelle graphites or watercolor pencils for this step, because in this way I can just go in with wet brushes and it is a bit easier than having to use gray or black watercolors. Before going in with the wet brushes, I would, however, use the masking fluid to block the whiskers, for example, and the bright spots in the eyes, so therefore all the highlights, because we know that once we've put down watercolors, it is really hard to go brighter. So now I'm just finishing up the shading part, and then I go in with the wet brush from Faber-Castell to wet the paper, shade and put down the first layer, giving form to the anatomy and starting to give character to the painting.
Denim jeans, broken dreams in my pocket, golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, 'cause you caught it, you caught it. You're golden, golden, honestly you know it. Me under the street light at the so I could show you. You're golden, golden, honestly you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine just so that I could show you. You're golden.
It is extremely important to use different sizes for the brushes, because hair, eyes and the face have different sizes, and you will not achieve the same result if you use the same brush. Like I'm doing here, after the first two layers, I go in with the wet on dry technique, and I start darkening the eyes and filling in the iris. I usually start with the eyes because they are my favorite part and they give character to the drawing, but you can really start with the background or anywhere really, as long as you start by layering colors carefully, using either wet on dry or wet on wet.
sheets laid on the carpet. Eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. You're golden.
Once I've done the eyes and the nose, I go in with the first color layer using burnt umber, and I build my colors in layers, as I've said many times, and it is really important to start diluted wash and then gradually add more color later. Building your tones and colors in layer is important to give a realistic look to your painting. So that is also my seventh tip. And again, for the background and the fur, I am using a bigger brush because I want to cover a larger area quite fast, and also I don't need to add as many details as I was adding when I was focusing on the eyes and the nose and the main part of the face.
Honestly, you're glowing. Feet under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you you're golden. Hey, you're golden. You're golden. Hey, you're golden. Golden. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden. You know it. Yeah, you're golden. Golden. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street or at the end, so I could show you. Golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the
To give your own artistic touch to the painting, I would juxtapose warm and cool colors or complementary colors once you've laid on the first layers. And after doing that, I would also make sure that you have enough contrast in your painting, so you add enough dark values.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets. Yeah, high school was hard, you'd fight with my mom, I'd fall asleep to the screaming, sound machine always speaking, left emotional scars. Now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21.
When you think that you've gone dark enough, I would suggest going one or adding one or two more layers, because as you will see, I thought at this point that I was almost done, but I decided to add one more layer, and the final lion I think looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I play you my favorite songs on a car ride while you list me I didn't know. But now I'm 21. It's all of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, feels like I'm 50s. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, oh, at 21, I'm 21. Oh, just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Doing things I shouldn't know. At 21. At 21. At 21. Whoa. I'm 21.
The silence fades into the night. Coyotes sing at the moonlight. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Feel the wind touch our face. Let's take a spin to a foreign place. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape, let's escape.
Finally, when you've put down all your layers, you can remove the masking fluid by being extremely careful. I usually use the end of the brush, and then you can start using different media, for example color pencils or white acrylics or markers, to add little details and make the drawing pop. So my last tip is about not being afraid of using different media at the end of your watercolor painting to really give it a character.
Close through the night, I won't let go until the sunrise. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Wave goodbye to your city life and say hello to the desert sky. These open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to escape. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape to a world we don't know. Escape into the great unknown. Escape, let's escape. Let's escape. Let's escape.
If you liked this video and my creation, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. Also visit my art blog, the link is in the description box below, where we can chat about art and you can leave a tip to support my channel. See you in the next video, stay tuned. Yours, Sophie. Bye bye.